Hi everyone and welcome again to the Toon review on another dismal display, losing 1-0 at Ewood Park to Blackburn Rovers, who seem to be our bogey side this season. Twice we've lost to them. You know, the thing that really grinds on me in these circumstances, we're losing to really shit teams in this division. Really bad, you know, not performing at all other than when they play Newcastle. Now surely the staff, Rafa, everybody must know that when teams come across Newcastle United this season, it's going to be like their cup final, whether it's home or away. You know, we know that teams are going to come to St James's Park and the likes of Burton and things like that, who get sort of 6,000, and Rotherham, you know, low crowds coming to St James's Park, and they're going to look at 52,000 fans in the ground and they're going to be spurred on. It's like mini cup finals for these teams. But even for Blackburn Rovers, who were once Premier League champions, they've fallen so far from that grace, it is incredible. We should be winning these games. Even the Blackburn fans were probably stunned that they've beaten us twice this season, because from what I've seen from Twitter and things like that, they don't have any belief in their team at all. Yet we go there and Charlie Mulgrew's free kick curls into the bottom corner. We lose the game. We have massive possession. We have a lot more shots than them on target, or shots in general, and we lose the game. But stats mean sod all if you don't put the ball in the back of the net and win the game. Now, that's our 7th defeat of the season. Yes, we're still second. Yes, I'm still 100% convinced we're going to get promoted. But we have to be careful in the Championship, because the teams behind us are catching. Now, if you look at the teams behind us, they're all very, very similar points. There's only a couple of points between them. And if we get drawn into that, it could be a long, hard slog. Do I think it will be? Not at the minute, no, because I think now Rafa will identify where we need to strengthen during January, and he'll do that. Quite clearly, we need creative players in there. There's just not enough creativity, and if we're going to rely on John Joe Shelvey, then that's wrong, because he will pick up bans, things like that throughout the season, injuries, etc. So to go without another creative player, not good enough. You know, we look at the players on that pitch today. Where was the creativity coming from? Diame, maybe in and out of the game today, had a brilliant shot after, I think it was 20 minutes, smashed off the crossbar. You know, so he was doing things today. Very frustrating kind of player, though, isn't he? And if we look at the others, Perez should be nowhere near the first team at the minute. Just not good enough. He's gone so far backwards, that kid. I don't know what has happened to him, but Newcastle fans are starting to agree with that now. He's way, way off the pace. Callback should be in a rugby team. I tweeted out earlier that he should be in a rugby team, because they have to pass backwards all the time, and that game would suit him to the ground. Because whenever that bloke picks the ball up at the minute, he's just knocking it backwards. He's not even looking forwards anymore, and his tackling is shocking. You know, there was one in particular, terrible tackle, which I'll not go into because it's just pointless. It was just awful, and that's really sums Callback up for me. You know, we go across the defence, who, Dummett, I actually thought had a decent enough game today. The back four looked quite solid. You know, let's be honest, we weren't put under bags of pressure by Blackburn. It was our failure to convert the possession into goals yet again, and we've said that quite a few times this season. Now, I believe in Rafa 100%. I love the bloke just as much as any Newcastle United fan. But when things go wrong on the pitch that maybe the fans can see, criticism is due. Now, one thing about Rafa, and the Liverpool fans said this, is that he seems to wait forever before he brings on substitutions. It was, I think, 75 minutes again today before he decided to make a change. I personally don't understand that. I could see that there was a change needed way, way before that. A lot of other Newcastle fans could as well. But Rafa seems to stick to his guns about this 75th minute malarkey for substitutions. But the gripe I have is he always seems to bring Perez on first when he's on the bench. That bloke at the moment cannot fight his way out of a paper bag, never mind hold players off or win balls in the air or really make a difference to a football match at the minute. You know, we've got Daryl Murphy sitting there on the bench and he brings him on with 3 minutes to go. What the hell is that bloke going to do in 3 minutes? He's played one cup game this season. You know, give him some minutes on the pitch. Not 3 minutes plus injury time. You can't do anything. You know, the game was lost then because, you know, you put a striker on who's completely flat out of any match fitness with 3 minutes left. It just beggars belief. So, yes, I am going to criticise Rafa in that side where I think his substitutions need looking at. Now, we've seen on Twitter tonight some absolute idiots putting tweets out saying Rafa out and things like that. Absolutely ridiculous. We have a Champions League winning manager, a world-class manager at our club. Should he be in for some criticism? Of course. Everybody is when we're not playing well. And personally, I don't think we've played well now for 4 or 5 games. Yes, we stuffed Birmingham. We beat Forest 3-1. But did anybody think that was a convincing performance against Forest? Because I didn't. You know, we're lacking creativity, and that's all we're lacking. We've got the pace in the side. We just need some creative players to set up these players who've got the pace. You know, the nice through balls that normal players can't spot. Isaac Hayden does a very good job in midfield when Shelvey's alongside him. When he's got Colback alongside him, he's like a fish out of water because he doesn't know whether to cover Colback, stay in his normal position, and it just doesn't work. Gouffran was a man off today. He started to slip backwards a little bit. Not really the influence that he has been in other games, which has been disappointing. For me, I would have stuck with Atsu. I think Atsu's pace is electric. You know, I think he's off to the African Nations Cup after today, so why not play him? Why put him on the bench? It doesn't make sense, that. So, you know, we're all going to have different opinions on the team or when substitutes are going to be made. So, you know, that's just my opinion. You know, please share us in the comments below what you guys think, because for me, we have to bring in some creativity. I think you'll stick with the defence that we've got. I don't think really that needs looking at. I think, you know, from midfield, Colback, shite. Perez in the number 10 role, shite. You know, just not good enough. Matt Ritchie as well. You know, his performances have dropped dramatically lately. Now, I'm not sure whether it's actually the players' fault or whether they're just not accustomed to the Championship and this many games. You know, let's face it, the games are coming really thick and fast. Is it fatigue? I don't know. It shouldn't be, in my opinion. These guys have paid plenty money to stay fit. You know, I'm from an ice hockey background as well, and you play 3 or 4 times a week. You know, so to me, these players have got to, you know, be prepared for the fight ahead. So we come away with a defeat, 7th defeat of the season. Brighton win. They're now 2 points ahead of us, I believe, with a game in hand. So I think Brighton will fall away a little bit. I don't think they'll fall too far away from the promotion. I think they'll fall away a little bit. Chris Hughton hasn't got the money to really bring in, you know, 4 or 5 more players that will strengthen his squad until the end of the season. Maybe we have. And that's where I think the difference will be. It's a big, big transfer window, this, for us. We need to make sure that we spend properly. Now, I'll be bringing plenty of videos out during the transfer window. If we sign anybody or anybody goes, then I will be doing videos on my opinions of them. So do stick around and keep an eye out for those coming in the next few weeks. But I'm very, very, very disappointed after today. I have to say, I'm pretty flat. You know, I was going to come on here and have a good old rant, but you know, it's just, what's the point? You know, we know the areas we need strengthening in. We know the players that need changing. You know, I'm sick of seeing Colback on the pitch now. Early doors in his Newcastle career, he got in the England squad. He was doing okay, but when he settles into the team and he settles down and he's playing his normal game, it's just not good enough. Quite frankly, Perez not good enough. Diame, still in my opinion, I've got the jury out. He has a couple of flashes of brilliance and then he disappears. Will it stay like that? I don't know. I honestly can't answer that. I just have to wait and see. But the jury's still out on him. I don't think he's a number 10 at all. Far from a number 10. And that's where I think the problem lies with him. I think, you know, when he came on against Forest in midfield, he kind of made a better impression on me. He was a lot more steady on the ball. He was, you know, playing passes and things like that. So, you know, he's an option there as well. But Atsu should be in for Gouffran. We are now. The thing that I wanted to bring up actually in this video was I think Rafa needs to bin the negative tactics. And I've seen quite a few Newcastle United fans comment on that today. It's too negative at the minute. We're not going for the throat of these teams that we should be brushing aside. It's not being big-headed, but you look at the players we've got on paper to what the opposition have. You know, we've got so much pace going forward with Atsu, we've got Ritchie, we've got Dwight Gale, you know, whoever plays in the number 10 role. Let's use the pace. Stop playing this, you know, negative tactics and just try and go and score. You know, why not go out and score 2 or 3 goals, then change it? Go back to the defensive system. But we shouldn't be playing a defensive system at home. Maybe away from home against the top of the, you know, top sides, maybe in this division. But the lower sides, like Blackburn, like your Rotherhams, like your Burtons, let's go out, let's use the experience and quality that we've got in the side and beat these teams convincingly. Not sort of go 1-0 up and then struggle to hang on till the end of the game. It's really frustrating me, that, at the minute. But, you know, Rafa's in charge. He knows by far more than me. Therefore, you know, in Rafa we trust. Again, you know, we just have to, you know, think that he's got players lined up. He knows who he's going to be bringing in. He knows who maybe is going out the door. And he's going to identify where this team needs strengthening. It's clear to me that it's creativity. Now, just one little bit of news that's crept in tonight is that Rafa's confirmed that he's bringing Sammy Amiobi back. I don't think he's the answer. I don't think any Newcastle fan thinks he's the answer. But you never know. Working under Rafa, it could change him. It could really, really change him, and for the better. So, good luck to Sammy, but jury's out, isn't it? But anyway, it's another defeat, unfortunately. We have to wait now. We go in the FA Cup next at Birmingham next week, which will be a tough game. Obviously, they've got a new manager in Zola, but I'll be bringing out a preview video before that anyway to discuss the FA Cup, and then back to the league action after that. So we've got a bit of a break in the league, which might do us some good. Just chill out a bit and just take stock of what happened today, and, you know, just make sure that we don't blow this. Not in my mind are we going to do that at all. And for everybody putting really stupid comments on Twitter, you know, get a life, man. You must be closet Mackhams or something like that, because, you know, Rafa out is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. After the shite we've had to put up with as managers for the last few years, you know, you look at McLaren, Pardew, Carver, and then Benitez is in a world of his own compared to them, an absolute world of his own. So just don't put stupid comments like that, because it's absolutely pointless. But anyway, thanks for watching the video today. You can catch me on Facebook, the Toon Review on Facebook. I'll put the links in the description for all of these as well. Instagram is at the Toon Review, or at Toon Review. I'll put the link in the description for that as well. And on Twitter, it's at the Toon Review on there. So join me on there. I've just hit just over 1,500 followers today, which I'm absolutely delighted about. So thank you to each and every one of you. I'm still trying to build this new YouTube channel since I had to cancel my old one. So if you're new around here, do hit the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, hit the like button. I need to build this channel up, guys, and get my audience back. So give me a hand with that, shout outs or whatever you can do to help. I really, really do appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the preview video for the Birmingham game later in the week. If there's any transfer news before then, obviously I'll be bringing a video on them. Hopefully get some players in the door quite soon. But thanks very much for watching. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.